Today on Behind the Strength, we welcome Binita Amol Rege, founder of the Higher Self Healing, a deeply intuitive spiritual coach, healer, and a powerful voice guiding people towards clarity, purpose, and transformation. Her work is grounded in energy medicine, Akashic readings, and heart-centered healing. Today, we dive into the strength behind her spiritual path and how it's shaping the lives of so many people. Welcome to Behind the Strength, Binita.
Thank you, Priya.
Binita, your story is rooted in personal transformation. Can you share the the incident that awakened your desire to be a medium to help people?
So, we will have to go back in my childhood. I still remember around when I was like 4 or 5 years, I had my first vision, and I knew that I can connect with the energies that are not from earth or they are from higher realms or beyond. But I was not taken seriously like most of the healers, and it was brushed aside by saying that, oh, you're imagining, you must have seen the dream and all. But those visions kept coming, and because of whatever you would call social conditioning or a not supportive environment or the society, the way it is kind of not spoken in society so freely. Yes. So it was brushed aside. Then I had a normal childhood, but I was always attracted to these modalities, so even in the school I kept learning something, even in college I kept learning something, and there was this one time when I realized, by the time you're 21, 22, you realize like life comes into the perspective, and
Absolutely.
no matter what I do, my connection with these higher realm and energy is going to remain constant.
Okay.
I didn't do anything about that at that time, because we have aspirations, we have careers to make and all of that. But even if when it was shoved at the back of mind or in the background, whatever you say, I was still always reading up for myself or very curious how people do it and all. I remember very precisely somewhere in the beginning of 2006, there was this yearly tarot spread which had come in Times of India, and that reading, something shifted inside me, and I knew if I am not going to do anything about it now, I'm going to be really miserable, and I didn't want that. So that was the beginning, and that's at that moment I just knew that I have to do something.
That was the turning point, is what you're saying.
Yeah. But I was still not very clear that I would be taking it forward and, make it a kind of a profession and help out others. That time the focus was only on me, that, okay, I'm going to, help myself, and I'm going to grow with this knowledge of mine. That was the aim.
So, you're talking about visions. Do you feel as you started growing older, these started getting stronger, but you were, of course, following the path that, as you mentioned, social conditioning, we're meant to follow that path. So you push these visions, right in the background, somewhere in your head. But do you think they were getting stronger as you were growing older?
Yeah.
It was more, personally, I believe in signs. Were you getting these signs? When you say visions, of course, that would be your personal experience. But was there anything that you felt was getting stronger and stronger as you were growing?
The intuitive insights? Like
insights, anything,
yeah.
It can either be a metaphysical vision or a physical sign that you might just, get, like, which is kind of guiding you. We don't really focus on that, but it's always there. So is that something that was happening?
Yes. So I would call it an inner voice.
Right.
So if I'm meeting a group of people, then I would exactly know that how the meeting is going to be, or I would just guess that okay, this situation is going to take a particular turn. But I had learned to keep quiet and not say it, because otherwise people would, they name call you. Ki,
the prejudices that exist, coexist, I would
Yes.
say. Yes.
Yeah, so it helped me till I believed it. Yeah, so it always helped me.
Great. Today many women, men as well, we were just discussing, and have a lot of issues that they navigate through.
Yeah.
Emotional, mental, so many stresses that are a part of your day-to-day life. How does something that you are, a medium for, you're channeling, how does this handhold them through their journey in their practical life?
Okay.
Because there is always a balance between the two realms. So where is that balance for any person who would probably visit you or come to you for healing?
So let's understand why in this modern times we are facing problems like this. Because we have, first of all, the life has become really very chaotic. Okay, we have a lot of distractions, social media, electronics and everything. We're losing touch with nature. That's one thing. Second thing, there are a lot of limiting beliefs that we carry. Some of the limiting beliefs we have formed when we are growing up. Some of them are passed on to us from our ancestors. So these are the limiting beliefs. Then again, I would again repeat the social conditioning that you are expected to behave in a certain manner. These things, when they combine, they restrict a person. Okay, so you are going away farther and farther and farther away from your authentic self that you are supposed to be. So there are expectations, there are how it is going to look outside into the society. People are going to judge me, fear of rejection. So when all of these things started, showing up in your space, you are going to have a person is going to have a confusion.
Correct.
Because their authentic self is telling them to do something, but they are restricted, they are tied down, they are not able to do that because of these external periphery energies. So the friction, I have seen that in my work, that this friction is the core problem of any of the confusion people have, or they have lack of confidence, or they are not able to take any kind of a decision. This is the first starting point. Then there are individually, case-to-case basis, there are different things that we need to look at.
Of course. When you say Akashic Records, what exactly are you talking about? Because this is a term that not everybody is, very well versed with. So how does that help in guiding people?
So Akashic record reading is the entire modality is based on karma theory, reincarnation and past lives. These are the three fundamental things that it is based on. Now, we energy worker, light workers, whatever you call us, we believe that whatever we are living right now, it's the sum total of all the past lives that we have lived as a soul. Now, when we talk about soul, every soul has their journey, and this soul has separated from the creator, which we call universe, God, whatever we name it. And each and every soul has separated from that main source and having their own journey. Now, what happens from the beginning when it is separating till the date of this lifetime? All of the data is stored into those higher realms. It's like you can say the soul's Google Drive. You can say every thought, every intention, every action that a person is taking is recorded there. So now, how does this information help us? Because when a soul takes a birth, we are gifted with free will.
Correct.
But when we are getting that gift, we are also forgetting what is our soul's blueprint. Okay, now what is the soul's blueprint? Soul has decided this is the lifetime. I'm going to meet a certain kind of a people, and I'm going to finish certain kind of a karmic debts that I have to finish, and I'm going to complete these particular lessons. Now that becomes our life journey. We may see that some people have a very easy life, some people have very challenging life, some people have lives where they are learning lessons big time, so all sorts of lives that we see.
Right.
So all this information is into the Akashic realms. If someone is having a repeated pattern in their life, like say relationship, okay, they are meeting one kind of a people that every time their relationship is breaking, the marriage is not working out, or some financial situations they are facing, like people are duping them, people are taking away their money, their investments are getting bad. All of these are called a repetitive pattern,
Like a loop.
like a loop. Yeah, now why this loop is presented to us? Because if we go to the soul's journey,
Correct.
these are repetitive patterns are here to teach us something.
Right.
Unless we learn that lesson, we will not be able to come out of that loop.
Absolutely.
But it is not that easy. So when we open the records, we come to know the journey that soul has to take with each and every relation into that lifetime. It could be boss, it could be co-worker, it could be spouse, children, anything, anyone. So it gives you, gives a person a very in-depth understanding. Clarity and understanding. Why this understanding is important? What is the first step of healing? Acknowledgement and
Absolutely.
acceptance, right? That's what the Akashic record reading does for everyone who seeks this information.
Absolutely. For anybody who's trying to understand this, where we are, why we are, and what is happening, I think this is really helpful.
Absolutely.
And having said that, there are many people, as you said, they're very apprehensive.
Yeah.
They either poke fun, prejudices, so many things that a healer has to go through. How do you channel your day-to-day life, living amongst that kind of, doubt, bordering on mockery at times? Because I personally have a lot of spiritual belief. So there are times where I have, as a layman, faced this from, myself as well.
Right.
So being a spiritual healer, I mean, of course, you have the understanding. I'm sure that's what keeps you calm. But other than that, when you see people, and not right now, but in your formative years, how did you tackle that?
It's a very interesting question, Priya, that you have asked. It, ignites some memories. So for longest time, since the childhood, for the longest time, I was a closet reader.
The feeling.
I wouldn't tell people that I can see things, I can talk to energies, I can read cards. Because when I began my journey, astrology, maybe numerology or Vastu was the most prevalent one, because India is, this science is our root.
Absolutely.
So people would look at you, they give you a look and all of that. So what I realize is that you speak to people who understand this. That was one way of barricading my energy.
Right.
Another one was a very strong belief that a person who needs my help is going to find me anyhow. And till that, I work with that belief, and people all over the world, they reach out to me, and whoever needs a guidance, he or she is in the right time, showing up in my DMs at the right time. So yeah, that keeps me going.
I think your core energy has been very strong to attract this kind of, I would say, the right kind of people that probably need help at the right time. As you just mentioned, you've attracted it. I think that's the magnetic force that you are gathering. Yeah.
That understanding also comes from my own Akashic record reading. When I opened my records, initially, this was my path, that I am supposed to contribute into people's life, whichever way, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm helping them through sessions, or I am healing them. So that understanding gave me the power to think like this, that
Right.
whoever needs my help is going to find me.
Absolutely.
And people are going to talk about all the healing that they have got from me, even if I'm not present there.
Right.
That's a very strong belief that I work with, and it works.
That's beautiful. You know, this entire the statement that you made right now, it kind of, puts everything into perspective. But there are, as a coming back to, the earlier point that I made, to place all this into your daily life, you can navigate through it. A lot of people will approach you, might even, give up in the middle. And due to pressure, conditioning, familial issues, whatever it is, a lot of people, might just break that connection that you have with them. How would you kind of deal with the people who have left this path midway, knowing that, you have so much more to offer them? So how would you kind of, tackle that energy that you say that you've worked with? For instance, a person who has dealt with so many issues, you've healed them, they are doing well. Suddenly the person, breaks that connection for whatever reason, but you still have that energy in you to heal that person. How do you deal with that? Because I have been there on the flip side, where I know that, if I am cutting this connection, it's because of some pressure that I have been through. But the opposite person wants to help me. How do you tackle something like that?
I understand that my work in their life was only this much. And when I am healing people, these are the permanent healing that is taking place. Even if they have done 2 sessions or 3 sessions, they will never go back to the negative side of it when they had first met me. And I understand that my work is only this much, probably. And it's
Please
at the end of it, it's always their choice whether they want to be healed or not. I am always available, right? Doing what I am supposed to do. So I feel it's, first of all, they're using their free will.
Right.
They have decided that, okay, we have healed ourselves and this is enough. Okay. Fair enough. And as it is, my work is not something where I'm going to handhold people forever.
Yes.
My job is to heal them, help them take care of themselves, and leave them in their life happily.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that kind of gives you the peace of, guiding people through their journey.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I know visit healers. Now they are, so into the healing, but they have family pressure where they say that, oh, what are you doing? This all is, as I said, the other people who do not understand it, mock them. The social conditioning overpowers their journey of healing. They haven't, of course, got the vision of the healer. They are working from the opposite end. So all that kind of makes a difference in their path, where they know there's a part of them where their core energy knows that they want to come to the healer, but the social conditioning pulls them back.
This becomes a lesson for them also, because this brings us to how they are standing up for themselves, how
Right.
they are tapping into their own energy. So this becomes a lesson.
Right.
So as a healer, I am supposed to stay in my lane, if I may say, because healing
you
cannot
have
be because healing cannot be forced.
Right.
If the person is coming willingly, the receptivity of those energy is very high.
Right.
And I have seen huge transformations in people.
Correct.
So this becomes a lesson for them also, that
Absolutely.
how they are navigating, and probably they are into this situation because the surrounding environment is pressuring them a
Yes.
lot,
Precisely.
right?
Is there any message that you want to give to, those people, those individuals who have this, let's say, a little obstacle in their mind, like a little bit of something that stops them, some hesitancy?
So like people judging them, close people judging
Yes,
them.
it is not them. It is the people who kind of, it's as they say in school, it's peer pressure, or it's your conditioning, whatever it is. There are people who kind of pull you back from that journey.
So as a healer, how I see, as I was just telling you, that it is their journey, and this is precisely one of their biggest lesson, where they are standing up for themselves. They are listening to what their inner voice is saying. Having said that, many times there are a lot of responsibilities, and they cannot continue with their energy work, I mean. So what they can really do is the small steps that they can take into their personal space.
Absolutely.
Right? Like earlier I was mentioning that, we disconnecting from our nature, so that they can begin their journey from there, spending time near the ocean, near the garden, jungle. That's going to settle their energy. That's one thing. Second thing, what most of the time, this pressure is felt by women, right? Because they have responsibility of family, children, work, and everything. What they can really do is get up 15 minutes early in the morning before the house wakes up, or they go into the daily frenzy of tiffin and managing things and all. Having those 15 minutes to themselves is really going to help them. What are we going to do into those 15 minutes? 5 minutes of small meditation, right? 5 minutes of journaling, and 5 minutes of not doing anything and just spending time with themselves. This 15 minutes is going to set a tone for that day, all right? And if they seriously continue, they are going to find the way of dealing with this pressure. And I have seen that with my clients. Like, as you were saying, that there was this client, she had a lot of pressure from the family, because they all are probably, intellectual people working at a very higher post, and they don't believe into all of this.
Right.
This is how, but she kept in touch, and she kept asking for the guidance, and this is how, she went ahead with her journey till she found a footing and come back to me for the healing. So these 15 minutes are really very important. Spending time in nature is very important. Developing a hobby, it may sound very cliche, but it is really activates our womb space, and it is really very important for women to follow their activities they love. If every day is not possible because of the work and everything, once or twice in a week, removing that much time to do the hobbies that they love is very important. Very important. I think these 3-4 things, if they continue doing it,
they help
healing,
center them.
Yeah, they are completely not stopping their healing journey.
Right.
They are,
it's ongoing.
Yes,
it's ongoing.
Yes.
Very interesting. You spoke about the womb space. Coming to that, what for the people who are not, again, they're not sure about what womb healing is. Can you throw some light on that? Because that kind of gives you an insight into something deeper.
So whenever we say womb healing, people think that this is for women, and it is something to do with our, reproductive system, and this is what we're going to do. No, but it's not about just women. We all have womb, whether it's male, female, and this is a space where a human being creates from. Okay, this is our power, where our creativity, our love, our passion is stored. So womb healing is for everyone. So it's not only, we're not actually healing just the reproductive system. That's just part of it, where we are looking at a menstrual cycle and healing it. But mainly it is for how you can bring in more energy into the work that you are creating. If you're creating a new recipe, if you are heading a project in your corporate work, everything is done from the womb space. Womb space is connected with our heart, and when you understand that connection of two, you can create wonders in whatever work you want to do, whether it's raising a family, raising a very grounded children, or you heading an international project, anything that you want to do, womb healing really helps you.
Okay. It's like the ground zero of a person's...
Absolutely, yeah. That
self.
is where a human being has the power to create.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because that is literally where you started.
Yes.
How do you know which tools of divination you need to work with when you see someone coming in? I'm sure that is now more intuitive.
Yeah.
So, but how do you know that this might just, help this one a little more, and, this is what this person needs? And of course, that comes with experience. But is it something, now this is a little, I'm delving a little bit into, I'm trying to understand how you would probably approach someone in this.
Intuitive channeling. I don't have any other answer for that, because it's really very intuitive work. Okay. Once the person is seeking a session, they kind of allowing me or giving me a permission to tap into their energy. That really helps. Then we go into the session. Sometimes, if it is required and I feel that that person is really very guarded, I ask for the permission, allow me to tap into your energy field. That gives me a lot of idea when I am able to scan their aura or their chakras. Right. And that's where I know how I am supposed to take this forward. Yeah.
Healing work, I have, also interacted with many healers. I see them drained after a certain point, sometimes even after one reading. I remember, there was someone that I knew who had been to a healer, and the healer said, I'm sorry, I cannot even be with you right now in the same room because of the energy that you are giving out. And I'm sure that is very rampant, and 100% you understand it on a certain level. How do you as a healer tackle this kind of energy when it comes towards you? Because it is going to drain you. You are going to feel emotionally wired at the end of it. How do you deal with something like that?
It's the biggest challenge of my work that I do.
Sure.
No matter how much I love my work, but it is the biggest challenge. So what helps me is drawing boundaries, taking a pause when I feel that I need to rejuvenate, or something is becoming really very draining. Because when we are healing, it also sometimes affects us as well. So regular meditation, regular cleansing is very important. There is no two ways about it. Absolutely. My day starts with these things. Even sometimes my day ends also with these things. And in between, I keep on cleansing my own space, my energy. Now with experience, things have become a little better. This is just not the work, but I also need to manage my family, my children, other responsibilities, everything. That also puts a pressure. So this is a biggest challenge, and I will not say that I have found a perfect formula, but I take it each day as it comes, each week as it comes, and I have understood one thing. I need to take a pause when it becomes really overwhelming, and this is for all the women who are going to listen to us, all the audience who are going to listen to us, because I feel we really multitask, and even if they are not healer, they are probably a lawyer or a doctor or a police personnel or something. They are doing the same work as we are doing. We are no different, and as a side hustle, they are also managing the responsibilities.
Precisely.
So understanding when you really need to take a break, and pausing things and reflecting where you are heading to really helps. So that has worked for me, and I would also like to tell the audience also that, try this one thing. It really helps. It just, brings you to ground zero, and you can begin your work again.
Absolutely. Has there ever been so as I told you, this experience that a person had? Has this experience ever happened with you where you've got someone who's come in with that kind of energy?
No. Luckily.
Okay.
But sometimes some readings, they become really very heavy.
I'm sure.
Not such an extreme experience, but yeah, after a particular session, maybe I would have a headache or I would feel really very heavy.
Yes.
So I plan my sessions where I have a certain time frame to do the cleansing and whatever I need to do. So yeah.
You do need that break between your sessions, I'm sure.
Yes, most of the time. Yeah.
Lastly, what does strength mean to you as a guide, as a woman, as a mom? What does it mean to you?
To me, strength is not giving up and consistently taking small steps to whatever your goal is, wherever your goal is supposed to take you. So consistently working at it and taking a smaller steps, I think that strength is. And I think we all of us have that.
Yeah, we remind ourselves.
We just need to tap into it.
I know. So, Binita, it's been lovely having you. Your voice is so inspirational, and I'm sure it will be a reminder to many to tap into their own energy and, of course, follow the guidance of healers when required. So I'm so happy to have had you today. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.